Tonight on DC News Now, the first case of measles in Virginia this year. We have the locations where people may have been exposed. A 19-year-old charged with murdering a Loudoun County teen last weekend. Tonight, the community coming together for a candlelight vigil. And the latest in the case of wrongly deported Maryland man Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Senator Chris Van Hollen is talking about what's next after his trip to El Salvador.
And the Easter holiday weekend started off pretty nice outside. We'll talk about tomorrow, Easter Sunday, and beyond with my full 7-day forecast coming up.
Plus, the body of a missing Maryland woman found in Prince George's County. More on the two people charged in her death.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6:30. I'm Daniel Hamburg. Breaking news from Virginia. Health officials confirmed the first 2025 measles case in the Commonwealth. The Virginia Department of Health says the patient is a child between the ages of 0 to 4 years old from the Northwest region. They say the child recently traveled internationally. Officials say they're coordinating efforts to identify anyone who may have been exposed. Exposure sites in the Commonwealth include the Kaiser Permanente Caton Hill Medical Center in Woodbridge. They say the potential risk of exposure was between 10 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. this past Tuesday, and the Kaiser Permanente Fredericksburg Medical Center, that risk of exposure was between noon and 5 this past Wednesday. And across the country, there are now 800 people with the measles, with Texas driving the spike in infections. The CDC says 600 patients are in Texas, and it's also where 2 children who were not vaccinated have died. Maryland has 3 people with the measles, and DC is dealing with its second case of someone with the disease visiting the district. The latest was at a Five Guys in Northwest on April 5th. For more updates on measles cases in our area, you can visit dcnewsnow.com. All right, turning to weather now with meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, pretty nice day outside. We're finally hitting that stride of actually warm weather sticking around.
Yeah, I think so, Daniel. I mean, the overcast skies are being seen out there, mostly cloudy skies, but at least the temperatures are mild. It's sitting right now at 83 degrees. That's probably going to be the high for the day. South-southwest wind at 14 miles an hour. The sun sets getting a little later, 7:49, almost 8 o'clock in the evening. And, speaking about 8 o'clock, we'll see the temperature dropping down to about 81, 9 p.m. around 80, and then we'll slide through the 70s and into the upper 60s. Once we get to that wee hour of the morning, an early sunrise period. And as far as the clouds are concerned, again, you can see quite a bit of cloudiness across the district, but not too far off to the north. We do have some breaks in the cloud coverage, so expect that as we go throughout the overnight. And we could even have a few isolated mountain storms or showers, but pretty much dry elsewhere this evening. Mainly dry Easter Sunday. We'll show you that futurecast and why I say mainly dry Easter Sunday. Monday night showers and a dry and nice midweek. We'll talk all about it and show you the 7-day coming up in just a bit. Daniel?
All right, thank you, Scott. Well, family and friends are gathering at a Loudoun County parking lot to remember a teenager killed last weekend. This is a live look at the candlelight vigil for Nick Mejia that's happening outside Harris Teeter in Broadlands. Sheriff's deputies found him with a gunshot wound there last Saturday night. Detectives said the 16-year-old was shot near the homes on Hillmont Terrace and then tried to drive away from the scene. Deputies arrested 19-year-old Fadlala Mohammed and a juvenile male. DC News Now's Dave LaValle is at the vigil and will have a full report tonight at 9 and 10. Well, a tragic development in the case of a young Maryland mom reported missing 2.5 weeks ago. Police believe they found her body buried in Prince George's County. 23-year-old Lesbia Ramirez Guerra of Waldorf was last seen March 31st. Her boyfriend, Casey Barrera Rosa, reported her missing 2 days later. Using digital forensics, detectives found a body Friday morning just outside Cedarville State Forest in a wooded area. She was found buried in a blanket 5 to 6 feet underground. Guerra lived with her boyfriend, their 2 children, and several other people. Charles County Sheriff's Office spokesperson Diane Richardson says detectives worked tirelessly to bring some closure to the family.
It was a moment of relief for the detectives that they were able to tell her family we have found her. But it was very sad as well. And our community has been such a great support in offering their prayers and support.
Barrera Rosa is currently in custody out of state, but he will be brought back to Charles County. Rosa's uncle, Roldan Eduardo Herrera, is also charged with as an accessory. He is being held at the Charles County Detention Center without bond. Well, Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen is now back in the U.S. after a trip to El Salvador. The senator visiting the Central American country to meet with wrongfully deported Kilmar Abrego Garcia. DC News Now's Max Marcilla was at Dulles International Airport to hear what Van Hollen had to say as he returned.
Senator Chris Van Hollen greeting Kilmar Abrego Garcia's wife Jennifer with a hug, having just met with her husband a day earlier in El Salvador.
This case is not just about one man. It's about protecting the constitutional rights of everybody who resides in the United States of America.
After ICE officials detained him in Prince George's County last month, Abrego Garcia was sent on a plane to Socote, a notorious prison in El Salvador. The deportation was deemed a mistake by government lawyers because Abrego Garcia had an order barring him from being sent to El Salvador.
He was traumatized by being at CCOT.
9 days ago, he was moved to another prison, one he tells Senator Van Hollen has better conditions, but he's still blocked from the outside world.
His conversation with me was the first communication he'd had with anybody outside of prison since he was abducted.
But even this meeting came with controversy. The senator called Margarita Gate. He says Salvadoran government officials placed these drinks on the table, appearing to be some sort of drink with a salt or sugar rim. The photos released by El Salvador President Nayib Bukele, who says the men were sipping margaritas. Van Hollen says, look at the rims. No sips were taken.
This is a lesson into the lengths that President Bukele will do to deceive people about what's going on.
All of this as the Trump administration shares allegations that Abrego Garcia is a gang member, which his attorneys deny. Van Hollen with this message.
So I say to the president of the Trump administration, if you want to make claims about Mr. Abrego Garcia and MS-13, you should present them in the court, not over social media.
Senator Van Hollen says Abrego Garcia told him he's sad that he's in prison because he has not committed any crimes. New developments as the Supreme Court is blocking the Trump administration from deporting Venezuelans in North Texas. The High Court saying for now, the administration can't use the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 for deportations. Before this year, that law was last used to put Japanese Americans in internment camps during World War II. Well, Maryland is one step closer to cracking down on retail theft around the state. State Senator Ron Watson introduced a bill that says if the amount stolen is at least $1,500, everyone involved in the crime will be charged with a felony. Plus, anyone involved in a series of thefts over 90 days, totaling $1,500 worth of items are stolen, it would also be a felony. Retail theft has been an ongoing problem around the DMV. In Maryland, someone has to steal $1,500 worth of merchandise for it to be considered a felony. Often more than one person is involved, and those people will steal less than that to avoid the more serious charge.
I've heard from our retailers for many, many years, and I've watched our businesses fold as they would explain to me there's more product going out the back door than it is coming in through the front.
Watson's bill is waiting for the governor to sign it into law. After it cleared the Maryland General Assembly, it would take effect this October 1st. In the district, a new beginning for ex-inmates. There are several programs hoping to set them up for success. That includes a clothing drive where people donated gently used professional pieces. This will give them a chance to prepare for a return to the job market. There was also a roundtable to help them transition from incarceration back into society.
This is an opportunity to alleviate strain on individuals that just came home and alleviate strain on their family. The more that we can help them to be connected, to get the things that they need, increases public safety, reduces recidivism.
Other upcoming events include an expo Wednesday to help people get vital resources like job training and treatment programs. Up next on DC News Now, hop into extra special deals this Easter. We're helping you stretch your dollar with ways to score some basket bargains. And here's a live look at the Pentagon. We'll be right back after this quick break.